So hello everyone, I'm Bhupendra Chauhan, and in this particular tutorial you will gonna learn how you can test, compile and deploy your smart contract onto the blockchain using Hardhat. So before we go further into the coding part, let's first learn what is Hardhat. So Hardhat is a development environment for Ethereum software. It helps us to debug, compile and deploy our smart contract onto the blockchain. Okay, and here you got a page for OpenCampus blockchain faucet. Okay, so here you can get some EDU tokens in your MetaMask wallet account, which you can use in order to deploy and do any type of interaction with the smart contract, right? So you just need to write your smart contract public address here. Just need to click the start mining button, and boom, you got your EDU tokens on your wallet. Okay, right now I got 0.021 EDU tokens in this particular account. Okay, and so, in order to deploy our smart contract onto the blockchain, you first need to connect to that particular blockchain you want to work with. Okay, so I want to work with this OpenCampus network, right? So I first need to import this in my MetaMask wallet. How I can import this network in the MetaMask wallet? Just need to click this MetaMask wallet, click these three dots, go to setting, go to network, click add network, and boom. Here you need to manually add this network, and you can get this information from here. Let's say you wanna name it open campus. Okay, you wanna give it RPC URL, you can get it from here, paste it here. Okay, and see, this URL is currently used by the open campus network. This is why this particular error is why, because I have already added this particular network to my MetaMask wallet. You can see I have already added this, but follow this process and you just need to approve this particular thing, and you will actually get a approve button. Just click there, and this network will be added to your MetaMask wallet. Cool. Now, coming to this particular page, this is basically the block explorer for the open campus ecosystem. We will gonna use this block explorer in order to get the details or information about our deployed smart contract. Okay, by the way guys, everything that I will be doing in this particular tutorial, I will be creating a readme file, and I will be pushing it to this particular GitHub repo, which is basically github.com/bhupendra-chauhan/hardhats-tutorial. Okay, so make sure to visit this particular repo if you stuck anywhere. Okay, now let's go directly to the coding part. Okay, so I will gonna create a folder in my desktop. Okay, so I first need to go to desktop, and here I will gonna create a folder. Let's name it Hardhat tutorials. Okay, now we need to go inside that folder we just created. Boom. Now I first need to make sure that I have node installed in my system. Okay, how I can check? Just enter node hyphen hyphen version. Okay, and click enter, and right now I got node of version 22.6.0. Okay, so let me clear the terminal. Now I first need to initialize a small node project. Okay, so I can do that by using this particular command npm init -y. So it will initialize a small node project with default values. You can see I got a package.json file right here. Now let me open this package.json file on our VS Code. Okay, into our VS Code. See, so now we have opened this file folder in the VS Code, and we can start working with it. Okay, right now you can see this is a empty project, and it doesn't get any dependencies right now. So we will be gonna start installing the required dependencies. So because we wanna work with Hardhat, we first need to install Hardhat. Okay, so this is the command. Since I want to install this as a dev dependency, so I have used -safe-dev flag. Okay, so just need to write the name Hardhat, and it take a while in order to install Hardhat. So the time that it takes will depend on the internet speed that you got. Okay, so just wait for some seconds. I think my internet is very slow. That's why it's taking so much time. Oh, yeah. So we are rolling. Yeah. So Hardhat is now installed. You can see right here we have installed Hardhat as a dev dependency. Now we need to initialize a Hardhat project, right? So for that we can use this particular command npx hardhat init. Okay. See, it's asking us like what type of project we want to create. We will go with regular JavaScript project and we want to work in this particular Hardhat tutorial folder. So click enter, click yes, and see, you will be getting a contracts folder where you will be having your smart contract. By default, we got a log.sol smart contract when we initialized our Hardhat project, and here you got a ignition folder, and inside that you got a modules folder, and inside that module folder you got a log.js file. This file basically contains the logic of deploying your smart contract onto the blockchain, right? And then you got a test folder. Inside that you got a log.js file, and it basically contains test cases that you wrote in order to test your smart contract. Okay. And if you go to the package.json file, right now it only got Hardhat, but now we'll also installing one more plugin which is given by Hardhat. Okay, so it doesn't come by default with the Hardhat. That's why we need to install it manually, or you can say separately. So for that I will be using this particular command, and here you can see I'm installing this Hardhat-ignition plugin. Okay. Oh, so it's installed now. So the reason I installed it, because if you go to this particular log.js file which is inside this ignition/modules folder, so here it's using this Hardhat-ignition dependency, right? So that's why I need to add it inside the package.json file as well. Okay, that's why I installed. Now we are good to go to compile and test and deploy our smart contract. So in order to compile our smart contract, we got a command npx hardhat compile. Okay, so it just compiled our smart contract, and boom, we got this artifacts folder. Inside that you got a contracts folder. Inside that you got a log.sol folder, and then you got a log.json file. So this file is basically the API that you will gonna use in order to interact with the smart contract from the front end. Okay, or interact with the blockchain from the front end. Okay, now you can also test your smart contract as well using the npx hardhat test. Okay, npx hardhat test, and see, we have passed all the 9 test cases that we have wrote inside this log.js file, which is present inside the test folder. Now it's time to finally deploy the smart contract. So no matter which blockchain you are working with, in order to deploy your smart contract, you first need the private key of the account from which you are basically deploying the smart contract, then the RPC URL of the network in which you are deploying the smart contract. Okay, so we can get those information from here. You can see the RPC URL we got from here, and for the private key you can go to your wallet and just go to account details and show private key, enter the password, and you will gonna get the private key. Okay, so, and you also need to tell Hardhat that you wanna use this particular network where you wanna deploy your blockchain, right? So you need to go to this hardhat.config.ks file, and here you need to mention the network you wanna work with. So I wanna work with OpenCampus network, right? So let's give it a name, OpenCampus. You can give it any name you want. Now you need to give it the account using which you're gonna basically deploy the smart contract, and the RPC URL of the OpenCampus network blockchain, right? So this is the key, and here you will be basically passing the RPC URL. I prefer to because these are the constant values, so I prefer to use .env file where I basically mention this account and RPC URL as an environment variable. Okay, so I'm basically setting this account and RPC URL as an environment variable. So for that I need a package whose name is .env, right? So let's just install that package as a dev dependency. So .env, click enter, and see, you got a .env package as well. Now you need to create a .env file. Here you will be adding your environment variables. Let's say deployer private key. Okay, be in the form of string. Secondly, you need the RPC URL, and it will also be in the form of string. Okay, now copy this RPC URL from here, paste it here, and similarly you can get the private key, as I already told you how you can get that, and paste it here. Okay, now you need to import those environment variable here as well. So you first need to import .env. So you can do this, require .env. Now config, and boom. Now you can get your environment variable here, process.env dot this particular environment name, boom, and here it will be process.env dot this particular name. Okay, so I will be quickly adding my private keys in the .env file, and we will be going further in the deploying step. Okay, so yeah, I have added my private keys. Now it's time to deploy. So for that you can use this particular command, npx. It goes like this, npx hardhat. Now because we are using ignition package in order to deploy our smart contract, so we need to mention it here. Now deploy keyword, and we need to go to this particular file. Okay, so we need to enter its path, which is basically ignition/module/log.js, and then we need to enter the name of the network that we want to use in order to deploy our smart contract, right? So here we got OpenCampus, right? So make sure you get the spelling correct, OpenCampus. Okay, now click enter and see. Okay, so it basically is saying that OpenCampus. Okay, so yeah, spelling mistake, campus. Let's go again. Now it will ask whether you want to deploy or not. We want to deploy, yes. So it takes a lot of time, right, in order to deploy this smart contract onto the blockchain. So finally, after an eternity, finally it's deployed. So here you can see, guys, the deployed smart contract, and you can even verify it in the block explorer. So just copy this, and let's go to the block explorer, paste the address here. You're gonna get a suggestion, and boom, contract details. See, this is the contract that we just deployed, and this is the deployed smart contract address, and this is the transaction that we did in order to deploy this smart contract onto the blockchain. So yeah, so this is the tutorial, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye.